Hi, I'm Christina with Aries Gaming, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with RimWorld. RimWorld is a colony simulation game where you control a group of survivors trying to build a colony on a hostile planet. It's really a game that's what you make it, so learning the mechanics along the way will really make a big difference. In this video, I'll show you the basics of establishing your colony, including how to start your base, what kind of colonists to pick and why, and just different things to basically establish yourself. RimWorld is a very in-depth game, so I definitely will make more videos breaking down each part of this, but this is just a way to kind of get you started. The first thing you need to do is choose a location for your colony. You can choose from a variety of different maps, each with its own unique challenges. There are 12 default types broken into warm, hot, and cold biomes. The warm biomes are generally considered easier to play on, while extreme hot and extreme cold are more difficult. The temperate forest is easiest due to its long growing periods for farming, a moderate amount of wildlife for hunting and taming, and a comfortable average temperature. The ice sheet and sea ice are considered the hardest biomes to start in, as there is no soil for farming, animals only come through during migrations, and you really can't survive without significant heat support and/or appropriate clothing. For beginners, of course, I recommend the temperate forest, but it really is fun to experiment in surviving in other lands. Once you've chosen a location, it's time to choose your pawns. Every pawn has a separate set of skills that will affect how they can complete jobs. I plan on making more in-depth videos for each mechanic of the game, but this is just a way to get you started with your people. Their skill levels range from 1 to 20. Naturally, the higher the skill, the faster and better pawns will work in that field. Poor animal skills, for example, can lead to more animals seeking revenge during hunting, and high quality crafting can lead to more durable and higher quality weapons and clothes. On the bottom of the creation screen, there is a team skills area that also displays an average of your pawn skills. This is a great tool to help see if your team is well-rounded. Once your team is curated just the way you like, you can move on to the next step, starting that base. Now that you've gotten your team created, it's time to start making this land a home. When you crash land, you'll land with basic items including silver, the currency on RimWorld, a few days' supply of food, some building materials, basic weapons, and usually a random animal. To begin, I recommend enabling all items to be picked up. When you begin, a lot of items on the map are marked as forbidden. You can fix this by going down to the Architect option, hitting Orders, and then right-clicking Allow to unforbid any items. I recommend also zooming all the way out on the map so that it unforbids everything, not just the square directly around your colonists. Now, this is a game that really rewards creativity, or punishes it, whichever one. I don't really want to tell you how to play the game per se because it's based on creativity, but I really want to teach you guys the tools you need to really create and establish your world. For me, I believe it's essential to start by creating a basic home that includes an enclosed area, a bed, and a storage area. You then want to secure food. There are multiple ways to do this. The most simple is farming. You can farm by creating a growing zone and choosing a crop. I recommend starting with potatoes or rice as they are quick to grow. You are only supplied with a few days worth of meals, so it's imperative that you get a food source ASAP. Your colonists who are designated to grow plants will then start planting. After a few days, your crops will bloom into maturity. Then your colonists will harvest them. Secondly, you can also harvest wild plants. This includes berries and heel roots, which can be used for basic medicine. Another way to get food is hunting. Colonists with high animal and shooting skills hunt the most efficiently. Hunting is done by marking wild animals to be automatically killed by designated hunters, or you can manually have them hunt. The hunters will then shoot the animal until they're down, and then finish them off at point-blank range before hauling their corpse back to a stockpile for butchering. Pretty graphic, but still quite simple, and it gets the job done. But in RimWorld, it's not quite as simple as it seems. I would definitely take caution in hunting, as animals can turn on you and want revenge. This means they turn manhunter and attack any nearby humans, and yes, that means you and anybody around you. Everybody can get the hands when these animals go crazy. There are some animals that don't really attack, they're more prey than predator. This includes buffaloes, turkey, deer, and a couple of other ones. I would definitely start with those, but there are more aggressive ones that are still worth hunting, but just, being more precautious around them. And this includes wolves, bears, and there's some other animals too. You can also hunt in groups, and that will definitely help make things a little bit easier. So at least if they go crazy, they won't target just one person and you guys can take them down. Now, your colonists, of course, are really the most important part of your colony. They're the ones that do all the work, so you really want to make sure you manage them effectively. You can give them tasks, you can assign them to do them automatically, or you can have them manually do a lot of them. And you can even punish them if they misbehave. But you'll need to keep a very close eye on their health and happiness. If they get sick or injured, you'll need to treat them. If they're unhappy, they might even leave your colony. There's so much that goes into colonist happiness, so I definitely will make a more in-depth video, but essentially your goal is to balance their needs. This includes hunger, comfort, health, social interactions, and individual needs based on their personalities. So it's really fun to kind of see what each person needs and how you can meet their needs. It's also kind of fun to not meet their needs and see how they kind of go off on each other, or even just like have internal mental issues. And it's very interesting, and I definitely recommend just playing around with the game mechanics and see what you can do. The other big mechanic in RimWorld is, of course, defending your colony. Raids are a huge deal, and people will come attack you at really any given moment, so you really have to stay ready. I really recommend building different types of defenses. I'll go more in depth in another video with that, but basically you'll need different defenses, including walls, turrets, traps. Your colonists will have to be armed and that kind of thing. You can even eventually tame some animals and train them to attack as well. So really the possibilities are endless. But again, a very deep system in RimWorld, so definitely make sure to check out my future videos on securing your bases. I will go into more depth about what's called kill boxes, different weapons that your colonists can have, different raids that occur, and everything under the sun. But basically, that's how you play RimWorld. There's a lot that I'm going to go into, but this gives you a good starting point. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. Please subscribe and like this video if this helped, and thanks for watching.